Bro, do we want live at the same time as me? Really? Rude. What up, vendors? What's up, hey? Welcome in, y'all. She is trying to steal it. Those Rob, what's up, you? How's it going, everybody? Hello, hello. I swear it was like the same second. What's up, Same? Oh, interesting, interesting. Double checking the multi-stream, everybody. All right, stick to that too. Twitch is working. Hey, it's all working. Beautiful. Beautiful for once. Everything's actually working. What's up, all pro? Yeah, dude, my now playing widget stopped working for some reason. The Spotify one, I gotta fix that before the guitar stuff comes in. By the way, if guitar is here, if the guitar pedal gets in by Wednesday, I'm probably doing guitar stream on Wednesday because as soon as I get that thing in, I'm definitely gonna be doing that.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Fried. Bro, my effects aren't working. Dang it, I want to do the announcer voice. Fried chicken. All right, forget it. What's up, Mint? What's up, bro? What's up, CMG? Man, it keeps breaking. Rule number one of streaming, everybody. Everything that can break will break. That's the reality. Hi, Samu. Oh, this song kind of goes crazy. Technology is fun indeed. All right, chat. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Sunday night stream. As we get started, aka the new designated yap sesh. What it just swapped on me. Also, I was bidding music for this, but I think the music should be muted in the VOD, so it's probably okay. I don't love that though. Let's not do the whole like. It was so good up until then. Oh wait, Zircon, this is who this is, the music wise. He does, I think he's done some game soundtracks. His stuff is so good for listening to while working. FYI. My fried chicken. All right, let's get started, shall we? Good afternoon, good evening mostly from me. How y'all doing? What's going on? Happy Sunday night, everybody. How's everybody doing? What's up, Brazer? What's up, Cats? Derek, Samokawa, El Pro, man. Welcome in, guys. Happy Sunday night. Boppin' Sunday night here. Welcome in. Hope you're all doing well. We do have a new Steam gift card giveaway open. Congrats to the winner of the other one who did get the gift card sent to Elijah, I believe it was. Congrats to Elijah. Appreciate him being here. And yeah, this new one, I decided I'm gonna do it every 2 weeks or so because we're starting to ramp up the stream a little bit here. So I think we can stick to 2 weeks. That's the plan. So hi Leah, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you. We are live on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube tonight. So that's the plan. And I'm gonna be doing some Yap Sesh stuff tonight. I have an idea. But first I want to talk to you guys and see how you're all doing. Hope you're all doing okay overall and excited for the week ahead. Pretty big week for work stuff. So welcome back. Same A, welcome back guys. Good to see you. Welcome in. Yap, yes. Big idea. Al knows my idea already, but you guys are gonna figure out the idea as we go here. But yeah, my question to you guys is, should I start a podcast? What do you think? What do you think? I've been thinking about it. Do you think we should do it? Thoughts? Let me know your thoughts. This is important for the bit, okay? I need to know your thoughts. For the purposes of the bit. But yeah, that's we got some fun stuff planned. By the way, I did just finish my creamy, so I prepped that before that. But yeah, if you know me from the Legion stuff, you know I tend to yap a lot already on stream and during gameplay a lot. And I thought it made sense to have a designated yapping night specifically. So in that vein, thoughts on the podcast, audio only or audio and video? Both. That's the thought. Thoughts after. Oh, there's still ads. Sorry. Thank you. That's important. I don't start before ads. Do their thing. Sorry about that. You certainly likely yapping enough to enjoy doing a podcast. Yeah. So for those who don't know, I've actually done 2 podcasts before. I've done. Oh, well, I'll hold on this for a second. But yeah, I'll talk about this in a sec. I have never owned my own podcast though, so that's the thought. And okay, I don't want to ruin that. You'll see. I'm going somewhere with this, but I'm trying something in real time, and we'll see how it pans out. Also, I have 2 tabs. I think it's my light's kind of flashing on my screen, but it's fine. All right, once the ads are done, I'll start my little bit here. But mostly want to welcome you guys in here and see how are y'all doing. Also, shout out to anybody who's been following my link stuff. I do have a link tree now, like a real creator now. You can chuck little links out there. The Gleam stuff's happening every 2 weeks. I almost registered a website potentially, but I didn't want to pay for it. And I also am working on a couple other things on the creator side. We'll see. Merch too. I kind of want to do like a green hoodie because, you know, the green thing, something it has to be green, I think. What's up, Beat? What's up, Rob? What's going on? What's up, Cam? What's up, Yugi? Also, what's up, Vlad? CX guys, and welcome, guys. Hello. Hope you're all doing well on the YouTube side. The YouTube's been, my shorts and videos have done pretty well. I actually have my last video did pretty well, and I have a new video to put out for Tokon that's almost done as well. I think 2 videos that'll go out this week, if not 3. So that's a good feeling because YouTube's always been the hardest thing to solve, and I feel like I'm finally kind of tapping in. Hi, Vlad. Yeah, I see you. Welcome in. No, this is a green hoodie. It's green. It does look kind of. It's like a army green kind of color. So yeah, I figured it kind of met the brand. I kind of need like a forest green color hoodie though. I feel like that would be a great piece of merch, you know, like a nice hoodie. I like oversized stuff typically these days, like an oversized forest green hoodie with like some sort of logo or like emblem thing that I work on with Nick could be kind of sick. We'll see. You're trying to start making music. Can you check out my song Ineligible Imagination, please? Not at this moment, CX, but I will tell you, I'm thinking of doing React stuff too. I've thought a lot about React content, and I personally think there is actually value in it, as long as it's not like React slop where I'm just, wow, yeah, that's true. Wow, amazing. That's so cool. Which some streamers, I won't name who exactly, definitely do that. But as long as you're actually transforming and adding a lot of more nuanced thoughts to it, I think it can be good. So what I might actually do for that is put a channel in Discord, because my biggest question with that is like what to react to. I don't know exactly what to react to. So I might have you guys submit stuff if you want to, or I can bookmark stuff. And we'll do it maybe on like Wednesdays or something, or add a new slot. We'll see. Thoughts on that exactly, but TBD. Ben is going to be wearing a bunch of leaves glued together next stream. Yeah, exactly. I'll just be a big forest. I'm green after all. So, all right, chat. So now you're done through ads. Should I start a podcast? What do you think? Yes or no? I need to hear from everybody for this to kick off. Okay. Yes or no? What do we think? Mods will censor when needed. True. I mean, mods pretty soon too. We'll see. Next stream better than Hulk? Maybe. Kane says nah. Kane already knows what I'm doing too. That's not fair. All right. Well, I'm gonna pretend you guys all said yes. Nobody said yes. So let's do it right now. What if we did it right now? That was the bit. Okay, just play along with the bit. Okay. Surprise. Welcome to the first episode of my podcast that you're all part of right now. I went back and forth on this a little bit, but I decided to start with this as the first, maybe what I call like episode 0, potentially, of the podcast. And the idea is I can stream it live like this and also turn it into recording/podcast, which I think is a little bit, people don't do this enough, I would say, on streaming. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But first of all, you might be asking, why am I going to make a podcast? And I have some interesting data you might find relevant to this conversation. So let me show over here on this side some of the impressive stats about how often podcasts fail, which is a lot. Spoilers. 90% of podcasts quit by episode 3. They don't even make it to episode 3. 9 out of 10 podcasts never publish a 4th episode. 90% of people quit before, 90% of those people who get past episode 3 quit before episode 20. So things are looking really good for me, I think, right? This is really good stats on why we should be doing a podcast. Of 2.5 million shows on Apple, only 15% have published an episode in the past 90 days. That's a little rough. And 75% fade in 90 days. 3/4 of all new podcasts go completely dark within 3 months of their initial launch. So if I can just make it to episode 4, we'll already be in the top 10% of all podcasts. It's a pretty low bar. Perhaps, Dweeble, listen, you know my stats. And also, I'll talk about the interaction piece, because core to like my idea with this is I want to do interactive podcast, because most podcasts you listen to are not really interactive, right? I think I kind of see that as a opportunity and something that could be improved, especially with streaming, because I actually think streaming and podcasts go together really, really well. And I've done that before. I've streamed a lot of podcasts, but I think they can be done even better. And I do think this is going to be a work in progress. So I ask you to bear with me as we figure out the best way to do interaction where I can still maintain a full thought and also still engage with chat. But I think it is important. So yeah, you might be asking, like, why are we doing this? Also, another white boy doing a podcast. Surprise. The world needs more of those, right? Clearly there's not enough white dudes doing podcasts. So that's, I think, my contribution to the world here. But no, I have reasons to do this. So I'm going to get into that a little bit. Also, podcasts are very old, right? Podcasts have been along for a long time, for like 20 years or something, more than that maybe. So why am I doing a podcast in 2026? A couple of reasons. First of all, the main thing is I like podcasts a lot. Surprise. I really do enjoy podcasts. If you don't know, I actually hosted 2 podcasts in the past. One that I kind of ran myself called Stream Key Podcasts. You old school people will know that here in chat. And that one got up to a couple hundred episodes, but it was under a brand, my old company called True Gaming. And so I managed that podcast and did all the content planning for it, interviews, all that stuff. But it wasn't truly my podcast. It was the True Gaming company's IP podcast. So when I left True Gaming back in 2019, I couldn't keep doing it because it was their show. So that's the first one. I was also on the Gaming Careers podcast, which was also very successful, with a guy named Gaming Careers on YouTube. And I actually love doing that podcast, but a couple things. One, he stopped making content because I think he got burnt out, which is fair. He had a huge channel and I think just kind of did his own thing. So more power to him. But also, secondly, it wasn't my podcast. It was really his podcast that I was appearing on and being part of. So that's part of the story behind it. But I've always loved doing podcasts, and I've loved the idea of doing my own podcast potentially and really owning that. So that's part of why I want to do this, is to kind of challenge myself and have a thing that I own and have flexibility there. So that's part of it. The other thing I said is that podcasts are old, but I think they're very, very valuable today and will continue to be valuable for a long time, especially in the wake of a couple things. One is short form content, because we all have so many reels and shorts and TikToks and all that stuff. But obviously, it's doing a lot to attention span. And I think there's going to be there already is kind of a kickback, but there will increasingly be more of a kickback towards long form content that's more thought out and thought-provoking and less viral trend chasing flash in the pan thing, right? So that's part of it. And also AI, because we have all seen the AI content as well that feels very non-human and overproduced and strange, just to put it, kind of the Uncanny Valley thing. And I think that podcasts and long form content and streaming in general, like all those things really kind of counter that in a way where I really think that we joke about it, but yapping and talking like this in an authentic human way is going to be one of the most valuable things in this generation. As AI gets more popular, as we see, there's going to be AI streamers, there's going to be AI podcasters, all that stuff. But like the person who can just humanly do the thing and build a connection with someone authentically, suddenly, 10 years ago, that was just a basic thing. Now it's going to be suddenly a rarity with all that stuff rising. So that's my thoughts on that, why it's actually pretty valuable to lean into. And then the third thing I said is it works very well with streaming, in my opinion, because streams and podcasts have a lot in common in terms of format. And I think there's actually, like I said, kind of a gap of, I feel like more streamers should be doing podcasts and doing them live. Interestingly, there's like some streamers, actually quite a lot of streamers who do podcasts and don't do them live for some reason. And I think that's a big missed opportunity because you are kind of already doing a podcast every time you stream, truthfully, if you're talking like this to chat and interacting. And I feel like there's room for that category to grow. And there's some out there that do that, I think, but probably a lot more room for that to happen. So that's my theory. And kind of like you'd said, it does translate very well into YouTube videos, and your stream and a podcast kind of at the same time. So it's very like efficient in terms of content, even if you do want to make short form. That's also a nice kind of way to get clips of a podcast for that too. So it kind of hits all birds with all stones, if that's how the phrase goes. That's the thought. So that's why I want to do it. Also, again, just to challenge myself and see if I can do it and live up to it. Because I think podcasts are, I love listening to podcasts and even YouTube videos that kind of are as a podcast. A lot of, stream clips that I watch from streamers or talking head videos on YouTube, I kind of treat them as a podcast. So I think there's something to that as well, of having that mixture between a video talking head and also a podcast. So that's why I want to do it. Also, I want to try my best to chat interactions to go through here about kind of thing prep. So I'll jump back around here. And yes, Inner Circle gets that perk too. So topics, what I want to talk about on the podcast, and the title of the podcast is something I've been thinking a lot about with, and mods here know this, Al and Stress, etc. Long story short, I don't fully have a title locked yet. That's okay. We'll talk about that in a second, but I have an idea for direction. But topic wise, I do have an idea for this. And I've thought a lot about this over the last couple weeks, really the last week, and doubt, and I think where I want to go with it. And that is, I want to talk about lots of stuff, which is kind of counter to the advice you hear about a podcast. Most people say is you should find a genre or a niche, or find your topic, or find a thing. I don't think I'm going to do that. Kind of. If I had to summarize my theme of where I think I'm going to go with this podcast, it's going to be, if you're a nerd who's also into self-development, this podcast might be for you. That might be the catchphrase. We'll see. But so I'll be talking about things like streaming. If you guys watch Stream Key or, Gaming Careers podcast before, that was all about live streaming, kind of the space with news and advice and tips. We'll do some of that stuff because I just love the streaming culture and meta and creator meta in general. Also gaming stuff though. So for those of you more from the Legion side of things, or that we play gaming stuff with, we'll talk about some stuff that happens in the gaming space, whether it's like GTA coming out or things that happen in the tech world, Xbox, PlayStation, etc. I think we'll talk about some of that. And then also other things. I think a fair amount of it will also be more that's not that, and it's more about personal development, whether it's like fitness or parenting or setting goals and achieving them, and my thoughts around that, because I have very many thoughts around those things, and I kind of want to talk about them and see if people are interested in them. I think there's also a correlation. Like I really think that gaming and the whole nerd culture thing, I don't love saying nerd, but that can fit into a balanced life. And I think we need more content like that. And so I'd like to try to pursue that and see if we can have some conversations around that, so that you can do things like, be really into gaming and anime and whatever else, and also still achieve a lot of cool things in life and be a full rounded person. So we'll get into some of that as we go through here. But my thing that I'm focusing on this is I want to have the freedom to go into sort of any topic here and not be pigeonholed into one category. Like I don't want to be just a gaming podcast or just a self-development podcast or just a streaming podcast, because I want to do something that I think I could do for 10 to 20 years conceptually. I don't know if that'll happen, right? But the thing that we learned from those stats, right, is that people burn out really quick in podcasts. And I think a big part of that is they lock themselves into a niche and then they run out of topic ideas, or they get really tired of that topic and they have to move on to something, right? I want to build a show that I think I can stick to for a long time, and also plays well with YouTube and Twitch, right? Where I have the freedom to kind of try different ideas and see what works and what people resonate with and what interests me. And also just talk about things that really excite me, because I think that makes for the best listening anyway. So that is the thought. Yes, a variety podcast. Exactly, BumCod. But that's also kind of built around my brand. So I'll talk about that. So that's a thought for that. And again, I want to be able to do this for a long time potentially, because I think that's really important with podcasting. Very similar to streaming, right? Like there are some podcasts out there that are really curated and they have a whole scripted show and every single episode from the start is really thought out. But I think the more successful podcasts are the ones that, well, not necessarily more successful, but a lot of the more sustainable way to do a podcast, I think, is to just build up volume over time and practice. So that's how I'm approaching this, is over the next however many episodes, 5, 10, 50, 100, whatever it takes. I did 100 plus of Stream Key. I think we would have gotten it with Gaming Careers. So I think it's possible I get there with this one, as long as you stick to it and just try to get better each day. Just like with streaming, just like with anything, you just kind of have to start and see what happens. So that's the plan with that. So know about this episode. I put these points together 30 minutes before going live. That deck, that slide you saw, I only had one slide. I created that 10 minutes before I started streaming. So I mentioned that for a couple of reasons. I also don't have a show art locked yet. I don't have a full episode roadmap. I don't have a full locked name, but we're doing podcast episode 1 right now. And that is on purpose because I think kind of what I want the theme of this, the started message to be, and the tie back to self-development is the most important thing you hear with any sort of goal you have, whether it's in fitness or content creation or streaming or videos or anything, is to just get started, right? Whatever you want to try to do creatively or achievement wise is to just get started. Like if it's fitness, just try to walk a couple minutes each day, do a couple push-ups or something, right? Just to build the habit. Same thing for videos, just try to record something. Streaming, just stream to nobody for however long you can just to practice. And I really do believe that. And that's what I often tell people on the streaming side. And so that's what I'm trying to practice, and practice what I preach on the podcast side. So that is why we're doing this. I know it'll take me probably, like I said, up to 100 episodes to really find the groove for this. But I kind of like the idea of building in real time with you guys, and you can see the whole process and listen to it. And hopefully this makes for a cool starter episode too, of hearing the thought process behind the show. And as it grows, we'll see how this holds up over time to where the direction goes. But yeah, my focus is to try to really build up the volume on it and just see where it kind of lands. And hopefully you'll land with that. Okay, so what to expect on the podcast. I talked about the themes a little bit in terms of what stuff I want to talk about, but in terms of like over the next, however, year or two, whatever, my goal is to have some sort of yap session every Sunday, right? So this Sunday night is going to be some sort of topic like this. The topic will change week to week, but my focus is going to be on doing it live with you guys and then turning it into a podcast after the fact. So that's the plan. It will take some experimentation, also particularly the live interaction piece, because I really do want to have the ability to talk to you guys, like not where it's just me talking for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever, and just no interaction of chat, right? I want it to go back and forth in real time with Twitch chat, with YouTube, with TikTok, with everything. And that's going to be a work in progress. It almost might be better to have like a team or something to like queue up certain questions or something. I did that in the past with my other podcasts and it worked okay. But like I said, I think there's more opportunity to do stuff here that's not just listening to someone talk straight without stopping for the whole time, and make it more of a two-way thing where we can kind of, take pivots and see where the conversation naturally goes. So that's the thing I want to focus on as much as possible. We can definitely do questions at the end, like usual, like most podcasts do, but I want to have more kind of mid podcast, more conversation things as well. That is the plan. And the thought is to, with the formatting, you guys on Twitch, like right now, if you're listening to this may just feel like a natural Twitch stream. That's kind of the goal, is that if you're tuning in and you're watching it live, it just feels like a natural stream in a way, with a lot of yapping, like I said. But if you're watching it after the fact, my goal is to put it onto YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. And it might be a little more curated that way, where I cut out some of the kind of the back and forth a little bit of like the transitional stuff. But we'll see. It'll take some time. I'm also gonna have music, I think, on the live show, because I personally love music with stuff. But if you want to watch the YouTube or Spotify afterwards, we'll not have music like most podcasts. So that's one little thing. I think also I would like to do potential guests in the future. I think both my previous shows, well, yeah, the Gaming Careers podcast was always two of us hosting together. So it was always a co-hosted thing. Stream Key was also almost always a guest coming on. This is the first solo show that I've done for the most part, which is cool and also daunting for me. So it's gonna take some getting used to, but I do want to bring on some guests as well from time to time. And not, it doesn't have to be like some big celebrity kind of like special creator or something guest. It could be anybody, whether it's someone from the community or someone who actually is a streamer. We'll see. But I do want to have guests at some point. There might also be potential off-stream videos or episodes. We'll see if I'm traveling or something, or if I just want to have something that it is more just kind of me talking. We'll see. But I'm keeping that open as an option. And the big thing for all this, so again, I talked about if I had to give it a theme of where I want to go with it, is if you're a nerd who's also into self-development, this show might be for you, which is a broad category. That's the thought. The other thing is, I really want this show to be something that has a positive impact on you, on most people listening in some way, that inspires people or brightens their day in some way. It sounds cheesy, but honestly, I think we need more of that content in the world. I follow a lot of creators and podcasts and things like that are, I love the creators and things, but I kind of come off of the podcast or show feeling a bit negative about the world in a way, or like slightly more depressed than I was beforehand. And I don't want that to be a thing with this show. I want to be uplifting in a way, not cheesy and too much that way, but I think I want more of that kind of inspirational content in some form at the end of like the takeaway that you have. So that's like a personal goal for me, because again, I just think we need more of that in the world, especially these days with how much stuff is happening. So personal goal of how we go over the next podcast, 100 episodes or so. Also, I tend to get really hyper focused on things at a time. You guys know me. I really lock into one obsession and then kind of move on. That's just my personality. So I think that works pretty well from a podcast perspective, and that's going to be how we kind of go about this. And I'll just have the time to talk about things that I've been thinking about, and hopefully you'll find them interesting and tune in mostly week to week, pending any sort of travel and stuff. That is the plan. So with that is episode 0 of the podcast. If you have any questions or any thoughts or topic requests too, if you have things that you want to hear about, because I know some people have had like wish list stuff for videos and stuff like that, or just things that you think I might be interested in, let me know. Also, I mentioned I might do react stuff in Discord. We'll see. But for the show in general, if you have topic requests, let me know at some point. It'd be very interesting. Yeah, positive news of the week feature. That would be kind of cool, Zog. I think, but also the themes of the episodes, right? Like I want to focus on things that I have a good number of things for topic ideas next episodes I think we can go through, but a lot of them do focus on like achieving goals and self-development and positive mindset stuff, which again, you might find cheesy. I think it's a cool kind of overlap with gaming and streaming and that whole culture. So I'm excited for where it goes. Problem is there's usually more negative news daily than positive. That's true, Flashy. But it's not just the news. Like, I don't think I'll be talking about news stuff too much here and there, maybe like in the streaming or gaming space. I want this to be like a little more evergreen in terms of the topic selection, so that you can listen to the whole backlog maybe and still find it useful. That's ideal for me. I think, some stuff for sure is going to be just trending news and things that are happening in real time, but I would love for a lot of it to be more. The other thing, I didn't mention this in the notes, but part of this, why I'm doing this is, again, sounds a little cheesy, but I kind of want it to be a reflection of like things I want to teach my sons in a way. And not that I'm like teaching the chat or the world these things, but like with this show, I want it to be something that when my kids are 10 years older or 15 years older from now, whenever, and they find dad's backlog of 1,000 podcast episodes, right? Or whatever it is, or videos, that it's something I'm proud that they found, that I'm not embarrassed about the content that's on there, or just find kind of meh or cheesy. Like I call it cheesy again, but I do kind of make a difference, and I have something that my kids would be proud of, and I think this could be that. So that is the thought. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Yeah, exactly, Zog. They'll see their Marvel rivals. Well, that's the other thing too, man. I love the gaming content, don't get me wrong, and we're gonna still keep doing gaming content here, to be clear. I think Sunday nights be Yap stuff. Friday nights I'm always gonna do gaming stuff because I just look forward to that at the end of the week. And Wednesdays we'll see maybe some music / gaming. But I want to do more non-gaming stuff too. And I don't think we'll remember the Marvel Rival stuff that much in 10 years, but like this kind of stuff we could. So I don't know. Well, that's my thought process. We'll see where it ends up. Welcome in, Papa. What's up, Backslap? Welcome in. Set tasks which people can take up and can chat with them a week later about how it went. Possibly, yeah, like check-ins like that. That could be cool. I think actually a cool idea like that would be kind of community goals or something, or like share. We could have a section of the show that would be, you know, tell us about your wins or something kind of thing, or like things you're excited about or achievements. That could be kind of cool as a community thing. That's a cool idea. Tracking life as a dad. Yeah, Zog, that's a big part of it. Like, you know, topics I think I might want to do are things like advice for first-time parents, and I don't want it to be like preachy in a way, but it's a more like me kind of giving my real experience of these things and thoughts around it, because some people have questions about these things. I want to talk about fitness. I want to talk about parenting. I want to talk about, you know, general like positive mindset stuff. Also still gaming, also still streaming, content creation. Like I said, my goal is to have the flexibility of like, you know, this week I'm really into this thing. Let's talk about it for a while. I can yap and play off you guys. So that's the thought. What's up, Charlie? So yeah, that is episode 0, guys. I think that's kind of the end of the recording piece, but what do you think? And like I said, my goal with all this is to find a whole content system that really works. And I think podcasts are live stream podcasts to me, it's like the holy grail. You can get it done because it's a good live stream and it's interactive with chat. Hopefully it's a good YouTube video because if you cut it up right, it's just people love watching stuff anyway. It's both YouTube video and Spotify, all those streaming platforms, so you can listen to it that way, which is actually kind of cool with the stream, right? Because oftentimes with streams, like you might miss it, especially with my times. I mean, I stream at 9 o'clock at night, right? Most people probably aren't watching streams at that time or might miss one. And with this format, you could like still catch it back on Spotify or something, or YouTube if you missed it. So I think that's a kind of a cool tie-in. Yeah, I'm excited for that part. What's up, He-Man? Your experience in juggling parenting, gaming, and working. Yeah, Gabe, and and content creation. And I mean, I could do an episode on like the pressure. I don't know if you guys have this too, but I have this feeling, and I don't know if this is a thing as a dude or just as a human, probably both, as if like I should always be doing something productive. I don't know if you guys also relate to that, but I'd like to do an episode on that probably, and how to, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, and how it's probably both really, and how to navigate that. So but yeah, that ties into gaming and working and creating and, you know, trying to make all my time feel like it's doing something useful. Okay, Zog, it could be me because I'm also a first child. And I think it's somewhat of a first child thing. But it's also like a personal ambition thing, man. This stream is half therapy, half just deep thoughts, but I really feel like one of the gifts I've been given in life, that sounds so cheesy. I gotta find a better way to say that. I'll just say this. I have a very positive mindset on, like, I'm a very, very optimistic person in life, and it takes a lot to dissuade me from that. You know, I have my moments for sure, but I think in general, I tend really to be a overwhelmingly positive and optimistic person. And I think that is something I want to give back to the world in a way. Cause again, there's like so much negativity in the world right now between the news cycle and everything happening with the economy and AI and parenting crisis and so many, you know, the world, there's so many things happening. I feel like if I can extend some of the positivity back out there, then that's something worth doing. So I don't know. Yeah. Growth mindset for sure. That phrase is PTSD to me because of something that we do with Lenovo, but yeah, I mean, it's true. I am an ambitious person by nature, and I'd like that personally. I want to talk about it basically. So deep impact on Armageddon, you saw a positive at the end of it when the world survived. I didn't see either of those movies, but proudly if I've seen it, yeah. I don't know. What's up, Flash? It's locking Spider. I'm not gonna play Spider-Man too. Well, that's the other thing I realized too. This could be a sweet spot. One of the things, again, this could be a podcast episode, but there's this the concept of, there's a couple ways to say it, but like, what is your unfair advantage, or what is the thing you could be the best at? Especially from a content creator perspective, this is something that's really good to think about, because I'll give you the example with me, right? I've played a lot of Marvel Rivals. With my current life situation, I will never be the Marvel Rivals streamer. I just don't have the time to play the game. Transparently, I'm about to be 33 years old. I don't have the reaction time to be like the #1 competitive player. But the biggest thing is time, right? If you want to be a gaming streamer creator, you have to spend a lot of time on that game to really fully understand it and be kind of like the expert in it, or be really entertaining in it, which both require just a lot of time in the game. Whereas this kind of thing with talking, this is why I joke about it a lot on Legion streams, because the talking and the interaction thing and the yapping thing is something that you can get without having a ton of time in the thing. That does make you more unique. So that's part of my thought right there. Obviously with like Legion, the thing is that I'm the Legion CM. So that's the thing I've been using a lot of my content to start, but I don't want my content long-term to just be Legion. I want it to be about my own kind of brand and thing, and you know, Lenovo's part of it. And actually there's kind of a cool tie-in, because the whole like Reach Your Impossible thing with Legion ironically ties in nicely, but I want to build my own kind of brand beside that as well, and they can complement each other. But yeah, gift of Gab green jacket. Yeah, I don't know, I might get a green. I've been talking about merch, man. I might get I want to work on some merch at some point. Maybe too early for that right now, but in the future potentially, we'll see. Dreamy said, I get fulfilled in achieving things, but I enjoy doing nothing productive this most. See, wait, you're saying you enjoy doing nothing productive the most? I think this is like a double-edged sword, right? Like I definitely have this feeling, and I think especially did as a parent, this increased. And so I don't know if other parents would feel this way, but I definitely feel the constant need to be doing something productive, to be honest. And that pushes me to achieve a lot of things that I probably wouldn't otherwise, you know, fitness wise, and like this whole thing, like trying to really push this and make it big is driven by that for sure. But it also means that you can't really relax ever. Like I have a really hard time just sitting down and playing a game and chilling without like recording it or thinking about a video can make out of it or streaming it or something. And I think that could be, you know, a pro and a con in some way. And I could do that more in the past, but now it feels like, I don't know, part of it's just like knowing that life is short, man. And there's definitely beauty to just enjoying things and appreciating them, but also I feel like I'm really in this stage of life right now where like if I just lock in, man, just lock in for the next 5-10 years, like that's the joke, but it's true. I mean, I'm really in kind of the grind phase of my life right now, and I think I could do a lot of things in the next 5-10 years that would really pay off the next 10 after that, right? So I don't know. And that's honestly why I think growing content is smart, because this is not a spoiler for a content episode, but I think that we're going to see content creators for a long time. I hate the word content creators, but like that skill is not going to go away anytime soon. So that's why like podcasters, streamers, YouTubers, there's this perception that they will, you know, it's a short, like flash in the pan career, but I don't think that's correct. If you build your content plan smart, I think there's a counter side to that. So what's up, Ross? Also, yeah, the vertical mode I'm doing because I'm on TikTok as well. So may as well. Hi, Hayden. How are you? Oh, would you hate the descriptor of content creator? Well, dude, I just hate, like, I think it's because I work in marketing. There's a lot of words that like this that they become really corporate-y in a way. Like I never used the word gamer for a long time with Legion, because to me, the word gamer was just a red flag that there was a brand trying to market to you. Because it was like nobody in gaming really said gamer that I knew. I think people do use it now, but there was a period where like I just avoid that like the plague, because I just feel like it was super corporate-y. There's this trait now that we have as consumers, right? Because we're constantly marketed to, right? I mean, how many ads do you guys see in a day? Like, think about that. Between scrolling social and TVs and billboards, and you see so many ads in a day, right? Well, okay, sure, stress. But so you develop like this kind of spider sense when something is an ad to avoid it. And you see this a lot more with AI now too. There's a term for it, I think, but you can sort of detect just very quickly now was almost like a skill of when something is just an ad or marketing. And even like think about when you're scrolling through, if you guys use like TikTok, YouTube, sometimes you'll just scroll past something like without even thinking about it and know it's an ad. And like there's certain words I think like that trigger that. And to me, like content creator and gamer are kind of in that category where it's just been so overused in marketing and buzzwords and I like obviously trying to sell you something for a while that people just kind of write it off. So that's the best way I can describe that. It's always kind of an evolving, game of trying to find a word that's not too markety. But yeah, I think like everyone kind of has this sense now for when they're being marketed to, and you don't want to turn that in the wrong direction, right? Of like set off a false positive of, oh, this is just an ad, I'm just gonna ignore it kind of thing, right? AI channels, I wish I had blocked those on YouTube. Yeah, Phantos, the AI stuff's really interesting too. And I think that's, like I said, why I like the idea of a podcast and streaming in general. Like both those things, I think they're going to get really valuable in the wake of AI because, and it's almost like those will become more valuable skills because there's so much use of AI now and we see so much AI content and it's very easy to produce that stuff. But we as consumers and as people are getting more and more attuned to what's AI very quickly. And so that's why I think like the human aspect of things is gonna be really, really important as we go in the future. So yeah. YouTube subs page is still king. Only lurk on home if you're super. Oh, really, Anti? Dude, I haven't used my sub page in a long time because they kind of like hid the sub page now. And a lot of the thing with the algorithms on that side, dude, is now even if you're subscribed to channels, I think YouTube's a little different because you do get like your sub feed if you turn the notifications on, but even that's kind of complicated now with like the whole bell thing versus subscribing and whatever. But it's really interesting how now the platforms are just kind of serving you content based on what you like, not necessarily what you follow. Like on TikTok, I follow is kind of pointless, I mean, because most people are just using the For You page and they're just seeing stuff that's in their category. And you could have someone post 10 videos and their follower would see one of them, that's kind of the transition we've seen now. So, but some content platforms are a little better than that. Twitch actually, ironically, is one of the better ones because most people on Twitch, to my knowledge, still mostly browse by following. Maybe like the top of a category, there's the two ways. If you get a Twitch follower, it's actually very valuable compared to YouTube and TikTok, where people are mostly just getting served stuff that they are given without actually opting into it. So at least on YouTube, you can search for stuff. And I guess they do on TikTok too. Transparently, I don't use TikTok as much, but you have to imagine the vast majority of people on those platforms are just getting stuff from For You. So not manually checking on channels and then not caring. I mean, yeah, you could, there's some, YouTube definitely is some of that where like there's a handful of channels that you'll make sure you have notifications on because the videos are so good. And honestly, I would love to get to that point someday in the future, but we're not there yet. Maybe someday, we'll see. You're sick of the 1 trillion ways to OD on media and follow, subscribes, brand deals. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of that happening. Right? It's true. It's kind of just the name of the game as the competition heats up. But yeah, I don't know. Game is quite unproductive. See, this is where, man, this topic could be a good podcast episode too. Just yap for a while on this. I think really like one of the reasons I'm also starting this podcast, and I talked to the mod team about this too, is I really think there's still this perception of gaming is counterproductive, and despite it being very popular in the culture now, there's still this kind of perception that it's not like you're not doing anything useful if you're gaming, and it can't fit into like a productive person's life. And I think that's wrong. And the same way that I think with any other media, right? Like music or movies or TV or whatever, like you can live a productive life and find a way to make it part of a really cool life that fits in there. So that's part of what I want to explore as well and kind of prove out, because dude, even from like, I mean, I hate to say it, but like the older generation side, there's a lot of still, oh, you're just playing games? Like, oh man. There's still a lot of that. I think gaming's become a lot more mainstream, right? Especially in younger generations and everything, and more kind of like everyone does it. But there's still a lot of pushback like that. And even still, I get the whole thing of like, whoa, like with my job at Legion, right? Oh, I guess playing those games as a kid paid off, huh? Oh, I guess it was worth it, wasn't it? Like that kind of stuff drives me crazy. I really feel like gaming is not only like a productive thing, but can really shape your personality in some ways that other media can't. And I think a lot of us have feelings on that, of like games that really impacted you as a person, almost in a way that a movie or other media does that too, but like the interactiveness of games, I think, is a different level to it. So I'm really passionate about that topic in general. Right, Bumcod? Dude, it's like, you hear that too much, man. Especially like working in the gaming, I'm kind of in like the gaming adjacent industry. Yeah, that stuff happens a lot, man. So at least I have a job in there, but yeah. Being unproductive to refresh yourself as being productive in the long run. Yeah, exactly. Like there's some value to that. Ultimately, like the way I think about this sometimes is like, if you had no responsibilities, what would you do? Like, what's the end goal, you know? And I mean, I think we would all like to have time to just hang out and play games and not have like something in the back of your mind, like I have to do this thing, or there's something else happening, right? I should be doing something else. Like if we could just make that go away and didn't have anything else we had to be working on at the moment and just could play games, we'd love that. And so like, if that's the goal, don't lose track of that on the way to get there. Does that make sense? It's like, you should still make time for that thing. It's the same way. I think about this too. This is a different way, but like a big reason I'm doing everything work-wise in this podcast whenever, right? This is the purpose of that is like to have more time with my kid, right? So if I'm ever sacrificing time with my kids right now to get more time with my kids in the future, it doesn't feel right to me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, like don't lose sight of the goal thing in the short term, if that makes sense. Most people have the problem of not being productive enough though. Maybe. I don't know. That's an interesting topic. Interesting statement. I think, I don't know. I would say by and large probably is true, but also like life is hard, man. Like some people work really hard and are just given tough circumstances. I mean, I'll be honest. I've had tough times in life and I've been into a lot of things, but like by and large, I've been blessed with how I was born with my life circumstances. And some people have to work a lot harder to get to the same point. So I don't know. It's a range for sure. Anyway, this is my yapping over here. Wait, Al, you're not allowed on TikTok? Why? I mean, I'm mostly just doing TikTok as my view is like, if I'm already streaming on Twitch, why not just throw it on the other platforms too, right? Why not? Yes, you have what, Stress? What have I done? If I could be ultra rich, I'd have the most insane house design possible. Okay, fair. What's up, Ghost? How's it going, dude? Welcome in. Anything else that I missed, guys, from topic wise? I love talking about this stuff. But yeah, like I said, the plan is to do the podcasty stuff on Sunday, and I'll try and come prepped with like a topic to talk about and try to weave in chat conversations as much as we can. Like with this, try to use this pop-up too or something separate. We'll see. Gaming stuff on Fridays, because I, at the end of a work week, just really want to play multiplayer games in a group on Friday nights. So that's not going anywhere. And then Wednesdays, we'll see. I would like to do like some React stuff because I think it'll make it for good YouTube videos, and also like is interesting for the stream. But I also do some guitar stuff just to experiment. I might even like try doing some recording song stuff in the future. We'll see. I have a content series idea for YouTube. That's like, so this podcast is more of like the weekly discussion on things that are interesting to me. The video series I have idea for YouTube is much bigger, but I'm very excited about it. And again, the mods know about my idea with that, but it's going to take longer to do. So we'll see. That's a work in progress. Your wife is terrified what the algo will suggest to you. I mean, to be fair, isn't it any platform though, Al? You can argue TikTok is maybe the worst, but I feel like if you're on Reels or Shorts, man, everybody's putting everything on the same stuff now. So I don't know. I have lots of ideas. It's true. Well, that's why I wanted to like just do. I seriously debated not doing this tonight because I was like, I don't have the thing ready. I only have one slide. Like I didn't have a slide until 5 and stuff before we started streaming. But I was like, no, like the takeaway I want for this to be is whatever you want to achieve, whatever your goal is. I don't care if it's like I want to lose X amount of weight, or I want to start that project I've been meaning to do for a while with music. I want to learn guitar or something, right? Like the biggest thing that people say, and is absolutely true, is just like start somewhere. Just make like 1% of progress, whatever the thing is, and don't let perfectionism get in the way. And so that's what I'm trying to do tonight. Is just, you know what? Rip the minute off. We're starting it. I have the first episode recorded now. That is it, and I'll just keep doing it. And we'll just that is with any habit you're building, man. Is just one step in front of the other. Just keep repeating 1% better each time. and that's how you build it. And eventually it becomes second nature. Like when I did the podcast before, Stream Key and Gaming Careers, I knew every week at this time I was doing the podcast, no matter what. Like I had to find something to talk about. It was going to happen. And so I want to get to that point with this. Same thing with streams even. Like my schedule I have on here now, I'm really pushing for Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. And I don't know for sure I'm doing it every night now, but I know I'm streaming that night and I better figure it out. And that just really, having that structure is really what does it, man. Hey, you're down 175, 25 to go. Nice, dude. But you're down 175 pounds, Dream? Like you lost 175 pounds? That's insane if that's true. 25 to go. So I gotta think about math. Man, you're crushing it, dude. That's crazy. I'm down about 30 pounds since the start of this year. Now you know what's interesting, dude? I never thought of myself as an overweight person really, but like you can look back at my streams this year from January and dude, my face is so much bigger. That's one of the cool things. But yeah, I mean, with weight loss and stuff, it's just consistency, man. That's the name of the game, honestly. Don't be like me and have 65 ongoing projects at once though. That is also a problem. And one of the other pieces of advice you often hear is like, there's always a say it. One is like, just focus on one thing at a time. Just, you know, you can only be great doing one thing. The other thing is like, don't half-a something, whole-a one thing. I try to avoid profanity. That's just my personal preference. But you know, I love that phrase. And it's true. I mean, like if you're going to get really good at something, like just lock in that one thing. Now this podcast is kind of contrary to that because it's going to talk about a lot of things, but I'm actually prioritizing longevity as the main thing because again, with streaming podcasts, my goal with my whole brand, I hate saying brand, but like the Benjamin Green project, whatever, is to make it something I can do 5, 10, 20 years from now, because I think I will still want to do those things that long from now. I just love media and content and tech and talking and all this kind of stuff. And just that's what I'm kind of optimizing for. And I want to have a content plan that supports that at the end of the day. Becoming Ben. No, I actually might push for Ben Green instead of Benjamin in the future. That's a work in progress, but it will take some time. We'll see. I did Benjamin because it was easier to brand for now, but I think there's a world where it becomes Ben, because everyone just calls me Ben anyway, and I prefer that. It was just Benjamin who was kind of more available on the handles and stuff, so we'll see. Calorie counting, also the gallbladder attack making me afraid to eat for 3 months. Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, calorie counting is the way, man. Like everybody hates to say it, but calorie counting will do it, honestly. The other thing I would say too is just walking a lot, man. Like if you can just get extra movement in. Also, if you have kids that are under 3 years old that are always running around the house all day, you'll burn a lot more calories, but you'll have more success with eating less than with moving more. Always. That's just the rule of thumb. Bread jamming merch. Wait, that'd be kind of sick. We have to design some concepts. Somebody call Nick. You started actually counting calories in the last 2 weeks. Did you, Al? You seeing results, dude? Well, 2 weeks is not that much time, but you hate it because unfortunately they're right. You know, like those stupid influencers with their stupid reels talking about stupid calories were stupid right. And it works, man. It's happening. Yeah, the eating for a small family. Dude, once you realize all the things you're eating that you didn't think were calorie bombs, like olive oil or like just that little bit of snack before bed, right? Like you kind of you're like, holy moly, that was half my daily calories in that thing, right? It's wild, man. It's wild. There's so much, especially I will say like it's, if you're in America, man, it is, and you're like eating out or not making all your own food, it's impossible because there's just so much butter and salt and sugar and all, you know, fat and everything in America, no matter where you're going. So you really have to, there's some places you can go, but man, you really have to kind of make your own stuff as much as possible. Absolutely. Condiments. I mean, it depends on what condiments you mean. Like, you know, some condiments, I actually think if you use the right condiments and sauces, they are kind of the secret to doing it, because if you're just trying to eat chicken and rice and veggies every day, you're going to drive yourself crazy. When I started weightlifting and doing stuff back in like, dude, 2012, I would eat boiled chicken, broccoli, and brown rice every day for lunch. And I was like, why am I not, why isn't this working? Yeah, it turns out, don't make a diet of food you hate. Okay. Rule number 1, you do need a diet, but you need something that actually works. And condiments and diet sodas and things like that and Ninja Creamies are how you do that, because you need something you can actually look forward to not a diet that you dread. That is absolutely the important part. And spices, yeah, spices. I mean, things like that. I use a lot of like the spray olive oil because it's like a fraction of the calories that actual olive oil is. So yeah, Ross, seriously, like the thing, I have found a meal plan that really works for me now. Like I look forward to every single meal. It's like, man, I can't wait to eat this one. If you ever have a meal that if you're trying to lose weight and there's a meal that you're like, man, I'm hungry, but I gotta eat this thing. Like, cut it. Trust me, cut it. I used to, I think it was a year or two ago, I would have, everyone's like, you have a giant salad for lunch. It'll fill you up. You'll love it. I was like, all right, I'll try this. And I made this big salad with like it was like some balsamic, some skinny girl dressing or something. And I would get like half through the salad and be like, I have to keep eating this thing. Dude, that is a sign you need something else. You should look forward to every single meal you're eating if you're having weight loss. Absolutely. Yeah, dude, I was literally like, I can't, like, I'm so hungry, but this makes me want to throw up. But yeah, some condiments like ranch, I mean, salad dressings in particular, like Thousand Island ranch, avocado stuff. Yeah, that's calorie balance. But like low sugar ketchup, shout out G Hughes, my boy G Hughes. Someday he'll see this. He makes the best sauces in the world, and they're all like 0 calorie. What's up, Beep? How's it going, dude? Is the image still in Discord? Wait, this is true, Zog. You actually can't eat a salad with explosions of colors. Oh man, that's a whole other thing. Absolutely. I mean, so salads are good. The problem is I was eating a salad I hated. You need to find a salad that you like. And I just don't like, I mean, I love ranch, bro. I could eat ranch all day. The problem is ranch is a bajillion calories. Even like the light ranches, it's hard to find a light ranch that's pretty good. I tried some of the skinny ones and they're just, it's like vinegar with a little ranch flavor. So I couldn't do it. But you know, if you find one that works, as long as it fits in your meal plan and you like it, then more power to you. The other thing is that salads are just a lot of work to make. If you make a good salad, it's like a lot of ingredients and it just took me too much time. So I also really, like, as a parent, man, I really prioritize ease of access. Like, what can I grab quickly that I like, that's healthy and is easy. So that's why I prioritize these. Meal prep helps a lot with that, but also like I do like those Chobani yogurts in the morning. There's probably microplastics in them. There's microplastics in everything in this day and age, but they're good and I like them and they're protein and they slam. So who cares? Rice is good too, man. I same thing. I do white rice because it's quick and easy. Brown rice is probably better for me. I'm sorry. I literally have had 0 seconds of free time this entire day. So I'm gonna do white rice for now because it's quicker, saves me time. That's how it goes. When my kids are grown up and I have more free time to make stuff, I will switch to brown rice. I don't mind brown rice. It just takes longer. I think we found a pod topic, ranking condiments for health. That would be kind of sick. Condiment tier list. Ultimate condiment tier list. Sign me up, baby. I'm so down. Not changing my palate, adjusting to adjacent items that are much healthier. Yeah, that's a good one too. Switching to adjacent health. I mean, a big one for me, man, like, I'm a big fan of Coke Zero. People love to demonize diet soda. I tell you what, you tell somebody you like diet soda and you're gonna get an earful from somebody on the internet. But the reality from what I've seen is that you would have to drink like 20 diet sodas in a day for it to be moderately dangerous. And they do successfully make you feel more full and eat less food. And there's no calories. So to me, that's a win-win, to be honest. Yeah, if you like hot sauce, Squirrel, that's great. I unfortunately am not a huge hot sauce fan. Like spicy, I like a little bit of spice, like a 2 to 3 on the scale. You know, I cannot do like a 5 and up. That's not fun. But hot sauce is great for that because it also, I'm pretty sure hot sauce also makes you feel more full that way. If you can do spicy stuff, so that's just an added bonus if you can do that too. It's 50. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's something crazy, and it's always like. You look into the study with the aspartame and it was a mouse had 10,000 times its body weight diet soda and then suddenly developed cancer. Yeah, it turns out if you eat 10,000 worth of anything, you might develop cancer. You gotta be healthy, just a bag of white rice and maybe just a 20 bag of Mexican. Yeah, I mean, that works too. It's an option. Yes, this too, Dream. Dude, it's gotten bad for me because I will do... Guys, you wanna hear I should probably do an episode on this too. My diet of drinks right now, I start the day with pre-workout. No, wait, hang on. it's changed recently because my kid gets up earlier. I start with a energy drink. Sorry, very different. A 200 milligram of caffeine energy drink. Shout out Gorilla Mind. And then I have pre-workout, 175 milligrams of pre-workout before my workout. So by that point, we're at about 8 a.m. I've had 375 milligrams of caffeine. That's my get me going kind of thing. And then afterwards, I make decaf coffee, which has like a very small amount of caffeine. So I don't really count that. And I will have usually 2 Coke Zeros that are caffeine free. Don't worry, caffeine free Coke Zeros during the day. It's been 1 or 2 usually. And then maybe like some zero sugar sweet tea at the end of the day. So yeah, it's a lot of caffeine, but I gotta be honest, it helps. And there's actually surprisingly some research out there that like elevated caffeine intake, I think, can increase your lifespan. Pretty sure. I think there's a sweet spot. I don't think 400 milligrams is the range they were studying, but I'm pretty sure it was like 4 or 5 cups of coffee was positively linked to lifespan and also like mental performance and stuff like that. So I'm taking it, man. It's working for me. It's working for me. And also, from what I've seen research wise, the limit for safe consumption on caffeine is 400. So as long as you're not going above 400, you should be okay. I've looked into this quite a bit, and that seems to be the kicker. So yeah. Never touch diet drinks, not to make my own soda syrups. Are they sugar free? Dude, I can't. I've seen so many memes about like you go out to a restaurant and say, hey, can I have a Coke Zero? I don't have any Coke Zero. Is it Coke okay? I'll just have rum. Like, just if I can't have anything zero sugar, I don't want it. Like I can't imagine having a full sugar soda now. I don't know why. I've been fully brainwashed at this point. If you want to live with the edge, try 401 milligrams. Honestly, I'm probably gotten close. And actually, from what I've seen, like there's even some debate about you could go above 400 and be okay a little bit. I think you get too far over, you're getting dangerous. I would not go above 400. I'm pretty vigilant about like, all right, I'm not gonna tempt fate here. I don't want to get a heart attack at 30. You know. Do you do 1K? No way. That'd be crazy. Yeah, Half-Life's a thing, but that's why I do mine immediately in the morning. And also, some people are more tolerant and receptive to caffeine than others. For me, like I feel like it's just a tolerance thing. Like some people, like if they have a caffeine in the morning, they can't sleep until the next evening. Or others are like they'll have caffeine and fall asleep. I don't fully get it, but yeah, for me, 400 is fine. I have it first thing in the morning because I roll out of bed and my toddler is yelling at me and it's 6 in the morning. I'm like injecting with all the caffeine I have in the house, and I can survive the rest of the day after that, basically. 400 is a safe limit, but I think you're still not supposed to do that deal. Yeah, I mean, it's probably true. It's probably true. I should probably cut it back a little bit, but I'm also in a stage of life right now that is extremely morning mentally taxing for me with 2 kids under 3 years old. So we'll see. I do typically like drop it down in periods of time. It's just with this current stage, I was actually doing like 350 most of the time because I would just do pre-workout, but now I can't work out in the morning because my kid wakes up at 5 in the morning. So it's a constant evolving process, but we'll see. I should probably look into it more as well. Oh, I've gotten withdrawal of force stress. I've gotten the headaches, man. When I go traveling, dude, the worst part is traveling because like I went to New York for Lenovo and I was like, man, I have to plan out my caffeine because if I don't get 400 milligrams of caffeine in the morning, my headache's going to be insane. So yeah, I should probably cut it back, but also it's the stage of life I'm in. I actually would love if I could just like wake up and have a cup of coffee and like just chill with that, but now it's not going to be enough for me, unfortunately. All right, chat, we're getting 10 o'clock. I do have to get off a decent time here because I'm trying to stick to my schedule. And also, like I said, my kid gets up at 5 in the morning, so I have to actually get some sleep before that happens. Also, this is a fun little adventure. He likes to wake up twice a night screaming in the middle of the night for no reason. Like just screaming and then go back to sleep after I go up there and rub his, like literally it's like 1 in the morning, screaming, wake up there, rub his back, go back to bed, back to bed. 4 in the morning, same thing. Go up there for 2 seconds, rub his back. So I haven't gotten a uninterrupted night of sleep in a very long time. Since I've traveled, I think. That's why I love traveling, because I can actually get sleep. That doesn't usually happen. The podcast being about an hour. Well, I think, Zog, To be honest, I think what I do for the actual podcast recording is, I mean, I don't know. This is where I said I'm gonna experiment with it because I do like the chat interaction, but like, let's be honest, the back half of the hour here, we were talking about condiments and things. So, I mean, maybe some people find it interesting, but to me, like the curated part of the episode is that the part where I was talking with like the script kind of prepared. It wasn't a script; it was just kind of bullet tone to go through, and some of the back and forth. But we'll see. So I don't know if I'll do the full thing or just kind of half of it, but we'll see. I feel like a podcast should be about an hour. I don't know if I can fill an hour consistently with like just myself. So that's where we're gonna have to do some experimentation and see kind of where it comes out in terms of what the podcast looks like. But like I said, I'm evolving over time. Like it might be like it starts like this, and by episode 50 or 100, there's a different format I figured out that I like better. So we'll see. We'll see. About half an hour with Ben Green. Exactly. You got it. Exactly. Put on a nice white noise store and it'll help you sleep. Dude, we've had the noise machine since he was born, and it doesn't, I mean, it helps me get to sleep, but he still wakes up at night. It's just him. Thankfully, my second, our 10-month-old, dude, our 10-month-old is insane. He's walking already at 10 months, which is like super early, and he sleeps like a baby. He sleeps amazingly every night. God bless, because if he and the toddler were getting up multiple times a night, I would not be doing a podcast right now. Let's just say that. I would be trying to get any more sleep that I could. Ben Green's podcast, Neil deGrasse Tyson, start DMing him. Somebody ask. I'm sure he'll come on episode 2, right? Imagine first guest in the podcast is Neil deGrasse Tyson. It could happen. Dream big. All right, chat. Your first code word for the giveaway is lock. First word is lock. As your first keyword, okay? I'll pin it right there. That's the first code word. I didn't do a Steam key giveaway by the way tonight. Sorry, I was in podcast mode, so I will do that in the future. But yeah, that's the code word for tonight. Put that in the Gleam widget, and you'll be entered to win the Steam gift card, which ends in about 2 weeks. So good luck to you. Also, in terms of the podcast getting out, I mean, you guys saw this probably, so you might not listen to the podcast. That's fine. But I'm trying to figure out which day I want to put out the podcast during the week. It just depends on when I can get to editing it. I think I'm gonna put it on Spotify, and then I guess Spotify syndicates it now, which is super convenient, and also put it on YouTube. So stay tuned. We'll see. I'm focusing on it. Podcast is tough, but it's an interesting challenge. I actually think it will be that tough. The main thing is just prepping for it, because I love podcasting, dude. I really am excited about having my own podcast that I manage. That I don't. I manage Stream Key for the most part, but like it was under somebody else's name. Same thing with Gaming Careers. Something under my own name that's my own project really excites me. So we'll see. Also, you guys are pressing enter, but there's no giveaway right now. I mean, you can enter, but I don't have it live right now. So we'll do that on Wednesday. So I will be live again. So schedule for this week, Tuesday and Thursday is Legion. That's actually a slamming week of Legion streams. We have Tuesday is Beast of Reincarnation on the new laptop, and I want to turn that into a content series. It'd be great. Thursday, I think, is Tokon. I haven't got the key yet, but it should be Tokon. And we may have a game key drop on Wednesday. I think I'm leaning towards doing the game key drop next week though, because I'd like to get more promotion for it. So probably the 12th, which would then make the next one my birthday, which is funny. We'll see. But yeah, Tokon will be fun. I also have a Tokon video come out pretty soon. We'll see. Thanos, are you gaslighting the chat again? You have to stop doing that with the enters. Yeah, pair up. I need topics, but again, I think so. Again, I haven't told chat. I need to end here soon, but I had some ideas for like a show name. Like I was gonna do one called Rank Up. Even you guys want to see this? Actually, can I show this? I think I can show this. I even had like this concept art made for Rank Up with AI, which was very bizarre. But I don't think I want to do that because I don't want to get locked into a topic category and then not be able to talk about other things. I want the flexibility to talk about lots of different topics. I think that'll make it for the most sustainable thing. So yeah, look at this. There you go, guys. This could be the show. What do you think? Look at the weird eye right there. It like took a picture of me and made that. So it was just for a concept. Okay. We're not using that though. Gaming, growing, think bigger. Boom. That was a concept. I think we're not going to go with that though. Guys said during an ad, it's true. Ben Green and things. I think I just want to do the Ben Green show, which is weird because it's like, it feels pretentious in a way or something, but also like, one of the things I want to talk about on the podcast is just that anybody can do it thing. That's the thing I've been really focused on right now is like, we're all just people. Like whoever you look up to is just a person. Why can't you do that thing? Okay. Whatever it is that whoever inspires you is just a human, you know? So it's like, why can't I have a podcast that's named after my name? To me, it feels like imposter syndrome, but also why not? I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Ben Green Talks, maybe. I just want like something really simple and clean. So that's all I was doing. Just we could do Ben Green show, Ben Green podcast. I don't know. Something like that I think is the way to go. I could also do like something with Ben Green, but I don't know what I would call it, like conversations. It always feels weird. The simplicity of like just the show is nice. I don't know. Yapping with Ben, that would be work. I know I just stopped. I'm sorry. I love talking, guys. You guys think about podcasts. Look, I could talk for hours over here. My voice is literally already breaking up. Should I rate Dweeble? Was Dweeble live? Let's find out. I know the podcast is over. I'm sorry. I know she was streaming. Is she still streaming? Yes, she's streaming. All right, go say hi to Dweeble, guys. You know the deal. I think most of you are following her at this point. I'll be live on Tuesday, Thursday. Also, this channel, next stream is going to be on Wednesday. Make sure you check. You can either check here for reminders or Discord. There are reminders on both of them in the events section. If you want that, the whole schedule's on there. So stay tuned. And that too, Al. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I do have a links command now. Check that out. Boom. I have a link tree with all the links too. All right, guys. I'll see you on Tuesday on Legion and Wednesday on this channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my first episode of the podcast. You guys were all special guests on the podcast. Congrats to be featured, and you're now famous by my account. All thanks to me. So enjoy being famous. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye-bye.